After everything we've discussed in this series, I think there's one truth that remains constant that I want to share with you in this series. So hello, my name is Krista, and this is video 12 of the Coming Home to You series. And I'll do a very brief recap about what this series has been all about. First of all, we've talked about why women are disconnected from themselves. We've tapped into our intuition and learning to listen to that little voice inside of ourselves. We've also discussed how we can create space to hear this little voice. We've learned to self-trust, how to live in alignment with ourselves. And we've also learned that over time, some of that connection can disappear or wane a little bit, and that is perfectly normal. All right, so today we're gonna wrap up the final series, and I just wanna I want you to understand kind of more about really the big truth about what I'm hoping that you grasp with this series. And that is, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You don't need fixing. You're perfect the way you are. And I know that might sound very cliche, but you were never really truly lost. All right, that's really what I kind of want at the core message for you to receive today. And I'm hoping you can see that as well too. We disconnect from our lives in a variety of ways. We live in a world where this was not prioritized for most of us anyway. It was not probably taught to us. We were taught to live externally, to live in the outside world, to trust everybody else, trust, authority figures, trust our parents, our caretakers, our teachers, our government officials, whatever it may be, thinking that everybody else outside of ourselves knows what's best for us. And yes, it served us when we were younger, and we needed, obviously we needed that guidance as well too. But over time, we're kind of not taught how to return to ourselves and to listen to what our body's trying to speak to us, and kind of live from that internal knowing. Most of us were not taught about this, and it wasn't really modeled for me in my school situation. It just wasn't. So if you're like me, it wasn't taught as well too. And we start to and even when we've maybe expressed some of these feelings that we've had, or these truths that we had, very often we might have been gaslit and said, well, that's kind of crazy. Like that's not real. That's not it was kind of dismissed oftentimes too. It was kind of woo-woo, it was a little bit crazy. So we just kind of didn't go there. We just didn't believe it. We just kind of carried on and didn't really understand that. But at a certain point in our life, we start to kind of awaken to some of these truths, and we start to see that there is a little bit more going on beneath the surface that we've never explored before. And this is oftentimes when we start to kind of change and go down a slightly different path, maybe different than family members, than your friends, but something that you kind of know deep down feels true and right for you as well too. So there's, often an expectation of this is what we should do. And women often kind of just carry on and we don't question it. So it's common. All right. So if you've kind of gone through this, you're pretty normal. And, but again, there's nothing wrong with you. There never was. So, we just stopped we stopped listening to what is our truth as well too. We slowly stopped to kind of dismiss our desires. We don't really think about what we want. We don't maybe prioritize what we don't speak about what we want as well too. We just never really took the time or questioned it. We didn't have the awareness to do that as well too. We kind of went along to get along. We would see what was modeled for us as well too, and we just kind of thought that was what we do. So that is kind of part of why we disconnect with ourselves kind of at an early age, and then this continues for years and decades as well too. But I want you to know that that little inner voice was always there. Under all the layers, under all the mud, the conditioning, it's always been there. It's still there. It's always there too. It's not about, finding something new within yourself. And I think I've talked about this many times too. It's just really kind of remembering that it's always been available. It's always there for you. And it's really just making a choice and a decision to connect back with that as well too. And understanding that this relationship that you have with yourself and that little voice, it's, you know, it's a little bit of work too. It's not always permanent. You have to prioritize it. You have to kind of fit it into your life. If you want this to be a way of moving through your life too, you can't just kind of do it and expect changes as well too. But you know, we're humans, and we're not perfect as well too. And you can kind of just make that return as well too, and give ourselves grace too. It's not that we're lost, it's that we're coming back again. We're coming back to ourselves, and it's a process, it's a journey, it's a decision. So I would love to invite you to kind of just come back to this as well too, and you know what comes next for you as well too. I just hope you remember that that little inner voice is available. It wants to reconnect with you so much. It's always been there too. You're allowed to hear it. You're allowed to trust it. You're allowed to allow it to guide you as well too. This is so important. And so if this has just been even like a little crack and opening, I'd love you to keep going with this journey. I think it's really important to, if this is just, you know, a little invitation, keep moving forward. Don't give up. Don't keep moving forward as well too. And that's what I really wish for you too, is you can return to it anytime it's available. And it's a wonderful relationship. And I applaud you for even having the desire to do this work. Most people, you know, it is a little bit of work. It does take a little bit of attention, a little bit of awareness. And it probably is easier to just distract or to numb and go with what everybody else tells you to do. It is easier if that works. But if you're watching this video or the series, I'm guessing that you want something different. You're looking for a new way. You're looking for a new direction. You're looking to come home to yourself and have a new relationship with yourself. And that can happen at any age. Any age, you have that choice as well too. So it's always available for you as well too. All right. So again, thank you for being a part of this series. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for your support. I really do appreciate this. And again, I hope this is just the start. I hope this is the start of a deepening relationship with yourself, and you just having a greater awareness, greater perspective of maybe things that you never had considered before, and looking at things a little bit differently. That is really my hope, and that you start to kind of dive deeper and, you know, keep moving along as well too. So I'm going to wrap this up. And again, please subscribe if you like this content, or you'd like more content similar to this. I've got other videos that I'm preparing as well too. So I would love to continue this relationship and build a community with like-minded women as well too, that are on this journey, who are on this path. So please put a comment below where you're at and maybe what has resonated the most. If you have questions, if you have even some ideas about future videos, send them my way, and maybe I could do something like that. I'm always interested in your input and your feedback as well too. Give it a like, and again, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, and please know that there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. There's nothing to fix. You're perfect the way you are. You're not lost, and it's just really kind of unearthing some of those parts of you that have been buried, and for very good reason. So carry on. All right. So have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.